Hello, this is Chris from the Cinema Savvy Movie Podcast, back with another reaction video. This time it's for T2, Trainspotting 2, Official Trailer 1. First off, I really hate that title because from now on, whenever I refer to T2, obviously in the past talking about Terminator 2, people are going to be saying, oh yeah, you mean Trainspotting 2. I always refer to Terminator 2 as T2, so I can see that being a problem in the future after this movie comes out. Nevertheless, this is a sequel to Trainspotting, the 1996 British black comedy drama film, directed by Danny Boyle, starring Ewan McGregor. A film I hadn't watched until quite recently. I think I watched this about 3 or 4 months ago, earlier in the summer for the first time. I was sort of working my way through a list of greatest films of all time, heard magnificent things about this movie, gave it a watch, and it is a fantastic movie. In fact, it's probably my favourite Danny Boyle movie. Probably that and Slumdog Millionaire are really tied for first place on that. Very quirky, very interesting visuals, very disturbing visuals at some time. I mean, everyone knows the whole baby crawling along the ceiling and its head turning around like The Exorcist. The scene where Ewan McGregor dives into the toilet bowl and you realise just how actually disgusting that's going to be, but in his head it's kind of like this beautiful, serene ocean that he's swimming in. Really fantastic film. If you haven't checked it out, I would really recommend Trainspotting. And this sequel is also based on the book. I think they're based on a series of books, and I want to say that the second book in the series is set something like 20 years after the original. So it's actually kind of awesome how it's worked out that way, where Danny Boyle's come back after all these years to do the sequel, whether that was the intention in the first place or whether it was just, you know, he felt that it was time to go back to a project like that, an old project that he did. I'm not sure, but it has kind of worked out pretty cool that way. I also heard, I don't really know the ins and outs of it as well, I did hear that Danny Boyle and Ewan McGregor had a falling out after filming the first film. So they've clearly patched that up now for this one, which is good. But yeah, I don't know much about that. So if anyone knows the whole behind the scenes with Trainspotting, please do drop me a comment. But anyway, I've rambled long enough. We're going to watch the trailer together now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards. I haven't read the book and I've only seen Trainspotting once, so I don't know how much I'm going to remember or how much commentary I'm going to have. But nevertheless, I am still really looking forward to this movie. So we're going to click play now.
Hello, Mark. So what have you been up to for 20 years?
Still film 4, nice.
Choose life. Choose Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and hope that someone, somewhere cares.
Missed you, mate. I missed you too, Spike.
They've updated it well, I like that.
Flames, wishing you'd done it all differently.
Do you still take heroin?
No. And choose watching history repeat itself.
Oh, Franco.
Simon, I'm home.
I love that guy.
Choose your future.
Call the police.
What shall I say?
Just tell them we're dead.
Choose reality TV, slut shaming, revenge porn. Choose a 0-hour contract, a 2-hour journey to work, and choose the same for your kids, only worse. And smother the pain with an unknown dose of an unknown drug made in somebody's kitchen. And then take a deep breath.
Oh shit. Visuals still look fantastic.
You're an addict. So be addicted. Just be addicted to something else. Choose the ones you love. Choose your future. Choose life.
It's great seeing them all back together though, it really is. It looks stylised, it looks like everything like the first one, even more so. Wow. January 27th, oh, the month of my birthday, fantastic. I actually might have a good film to see that month. Usually in January I absolutely have the dregs of movies that come out, unfortunately, but this one, by God, I will definitely be at this one. Again, I can't really talk much about the trailer because I haven't read the book and I've only seen the first movie once. But it looks like it's continuing the first one very well. A lot of the time with sequels like this, especially when it's a sequel to something from 20 plus years ago, it never quite captures that magic. But whereas Trainspotting's got the advantage in this because it is a continuation of these characters, and it is the whole, you know, when you're with a group of friends, for example, Well, they live in this complete life of debauchery, and then one of them reforms himself, gets a job, gets an apartment, moves to London, trying to make a name for himself. 20 years later, he meets up with the old crowd, and it's almost like a reunion, like exactly what they say in this trailer. What have you been up to for 20 years? And it looks like he's slipping back into old ways with this. But what's brilliant about Trainspotting is that, and I'm not going to go into all the themes and things like that, but just sort of in a nutshell, what I took away from the movie is at the start where, he's a drug addict, he's a complete down and out, he's kind of just lost his way with life. Life has become heroin for him. By the end of the movie, when he changes himself and he's like, okay, now I've got a job, now I'm like everyone else, it almost seems like that is a drug itself, the whole comfortable, cliched lifestyle of, work, live, die. And it's like a tragic switch. Like, obviously, it's not as bodily destroying as drug addiction is, but it's also destructive in other ways. Like, he is now just one of many. He's another brick in the wall, if I'm going to quote a Pink Floyd song. And it looks like that's what they're talking about in this, where he's like, choose Facebook, choose Twitter, choose reality TV. It is all the things that most of us do slip into and get very comfortable, and it almost is like we're zombies tuned into all this social media and reality TV, everything like that. So if it's commentary on that, and we see that switching him as a character now, and his old friends, is like, if they're still the same way as they were back 20 years ago, that might be something that draws him, because they still have their freedom, they're still living by themselves, they're their own men, they haven't got to answer to anyone, and that might be an option that attracts him back, especially like his old flame, for example, and his old friends. So that could be cool, that could be a nice development for the character, or I guess regression of the character. But yeah, that's really all I can say from this trailer. It's not like your Marvel movies or your DC movies where I can talk lots about those. But nevertheless, Trainspotting is a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, I would really, really recommend it. It's a very, very short film as well. I think it's about 90 minutes. I think it's like 80-something minutes, 90 minutes. But it's fantastic. Definitely check it out. So that'll do it for my reaction on T2, Trainspotting 2. God, I hate that title. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer, let me know what you thought of the first Trainspotting film, and let me know what any of your favourite Danny Boyle movies are, because he does have quite the filmography under his belt. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, we're currently in Harry Potter month, where we're reviewing every single Harry Potter movie. We're doing top 10 lists of our favourite moments. We're doing Battle of the Brackets as well on our favourite Harry Potter character, all in the lead up to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and keep up to date with that. And also regarding movie reviews, let us know which format you prefer. Do you prefer our live stream where you get to see us on camera, or do you prefer the more sort of like podcast style where we just throw up a thumbnail and you can like play it in the background and listen to it while you get on with other things? Because we are deciding between which style we're going to go back to, so please do let us know about that. And yeah, that'll do it for this video, and until the next one, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.